Hello everyone, my name is Desirae and I'll be explaining to you why I will be a good candidate for your future 11th grade team next year. And as you can see, my theme is the oldies because I love that era. I love the fashion, I love the music, and I love the people. As you can tell, I'm a big fan. So a little bit about me. I am 16, which my birthday is coming up in 2 months, by the way. And I've been in karate for almost 10 years. I'm a junior black belt. I'm all about family and friends, and I'm very responsible. And I always get my work. I try to get my work done as fast as I could. And next slide. So the guiding question is what we've all been asked is how has Patina changed me? Well, it changed me a lot because in 8th grade I was that nerd, and Shardell knows this because everybody would ask me for help. And I'll be the first one to get things done. I'll always have an A in my classes. But in the freshman year when I went to Hoover, I had all GATE and AP classes. But I felt like that wasn't right for me because I was failing in my classes, I couldn't get things, and I couldn't understand things, and it was hard for me to ask people for help because I wasn't known for that person to ask for help. But since I came here, I became more outspoken. Now I annoy some teachers by asking them a lot of questions, and I just want to make sure that I get my work done, and now I'm comfortable to talk to people because before I would not talk to anybody in class, and I would always sit in the back of the class. And so like I said, in freshman year, I had terrible grades. I wasn't comfortable with the work, and I didn't know what to do, and I was failing my classes. Until Patina here, I changed that. So for the next slide, ideating. For this E-skill, I'm very strong in this because I'm a very creative person. I say all my ideas out there, just throw them out there to brainstorm. Even if it sounds funny, I still throw it out there, so there can be a chance that my team members can pick it as well, or if we just need to change something. And for the example that I'll be using is our PE activity assignment that we were assigned recently. Once Mr. Bain said that we had 1 period to pick an assignment, right away a light bulb came into my mind. I think of a relay race, and after we finished the activity, it was a great hit. Everybody liked it, and most of the exercises that we did was teamwork and to trust your teammates. And as you can tell, that's Punchy, Betty Boop's dog, which I think is cute.
Yes.
So next is interviewing, the act of gathering information. So for this one, I'm using my sophomore t-shirt creation that we did in the first 2 days of school, which I found that very odd since at Hoover, we didn't really do anything. We just did activities to learn each other's names. So what we did, and my team members and I, who was Ireland and Emeka, what we did was we asked the juniors and seniors what they would want on their t-shirts, and some wanted the graduating year, some wanted the Patina colors, the elephant, and we did it in our own perspective of what we wanted on our own, and we thought it was a great idea, and my good friend Ireland came up with a good quote, failure isn't final, which we put that in our t-shirt. And this is James Dean, who was like a really good actor, and unfortunately he died when he was young. So next, thinking visually. So instead of putting my best work into it, I put my worst work into it. So for this mood board, this was the very first mood board that I created, and trust me, I came a long way from that. The theme that I was going for was ice cream, as you cannot tell. I know it's pretty bad, and instead of putting my best work, I put the worst. And so, like I said, I am a very creative person. I put all my thoughts into it, and this is like the worst one. And trust me, like I came a long way from that, and now I'm creating better mood boards and like better social media posts. And for this theme, it's diamonds are a girl's best friend, if you cannot tell. So next is analyzing text and data. So for this one, I am very strong actually I'm competent, if I'm going to be honest, because like I said, I like to ask questions to understand things. And for this example, I'll use the Julius Caesar's play, in which before, literally, I actually judge a book by its cover, like literally. Like if I don't like the book, like the cover, I don't read it. Like I don't even want to look at it. So when we were assigned to do this cast, once I started reading and understanding the meaning of the words, I fell in love with the book. I loved how like the old English was, and I wasn't a big fan of Shakespeare until like last year when we read Romeo and Juliet, and I fell in love with the words. Fell in love with the words. And like I said before, I'll keep on bugging Mr. Barrett, specifically Barrett, about the meanings of how it meant. And like I said, I am confident. I need to ask questions to understand more. And next slide. So working in teams. I am very strong in this skill because I love to work well with teams. I hate it when I work by myself because the more people I have with me, the more I can rely on. Like if I need to ask questions, if I need feedback, I'm really good to work with because I'm a very open-minded person. If you are having a bad day, you can go ahead and tell me because I won't be as hard as like we normally are when we're working together. And for this example, I'm using my client presentation. So my team members and I, Aries, Erica, and Lizette, we worked very well and made sure that everything was done. And our client was very proud of us of all the social media posts that we created and the web design that we created. And we worked very well together. Like we knew each other and we knew our strengths and our weaknesses. So the next slide is prototyping. I am very strong in this because, like I said, I am creative. And what we did is we created a logo in my geometry class, and we were only limited to a certain type of triangles, like the two, scalene, isosceles, and equilateral. And once I was putting my triangles together, in my mind, before I put the colors together, in my mind, I was asking everybody, like, to me, it looked like a unicorn because I couldn't get that horn out of my head. And everybody said it looked like a cat, it looked like a bumblebee, but no, like it stuck to me as a unicorn. So I made the unicorn cafe. So next is providing feedback. I am very competent in that e-skill because some of you guys might think that I'm like mean sometimes, but if you guys really know me, I'm really nice. Like I tried that critique sandwich, it does not work well for me. Like I have to be nice. I don't want to hurt people's feelings. So that's what I need to work on. So for an example, for our client social media post, this is one of my team members' creations. I liked how she made the colors fit well with the background and then like worked really well for our client, and our client loved it. And like I said, I don't do well with feedback, so I need to work on that more, and I need to be more honest and like say what needs to be said. So writing. So I am very strong in this because I love to write. Even if it's for a personal essay or just a classwork, I love to write. I guess that's my major strong skill because in 8th grade, our 8th grade teacher, Mr. Bishong, he was really hard on our writing. The highest grade was the master's, and Chardell knows this. And I will always be the only one getting the master's because I love to write. He'll make sure our grammar is right. He'll make sure that everything is perfect. He would make us do college work. And that was very hard for an 8th grader. And coming with Patino, that was easier for me because I used to write like in college, so it would be easier for me like sophomore year and junior year and senior year and so forth. So for this example, I'm using my physiology work from when we were our assignment, we were assigned to create an exercise plan for our client who was Jenny, who's AKA Ireland. And so Jenny, she's a stay-at-home mom. She has 2 kids, a newborn and a little toddler. And I'm the trainer, and Lizette's one of the children. And we created a fitness plan for her that's very useful for her to stay home since she's a stay-at-home mom because she does not have time to go home, to go to a gym because she has the 2 little ones at home. And that's Jessica Rabbit, if you guys want to learn. So storytelling. I'm strong in storytelling because I am a very creative person. Like I said, once I think of something, I overthink it too much. Like I gotta get into the details. And for this example, I'm using the personal essay. So the innocent. So for this assignment, I loved it because I got to write what I was feeling. Like, I'm the person that bottles up my feelings, and I found it a good way for me to write into it since I love writing. So for my incident, I learned about how I used to be bullied in middle school, and how now, like, I don't get bullied, and now I get along with everybody, and yeah. Oh, yeah, that's me ducking. What's Bugs Bunny. Yeah, Bugs Bunny. So, experimenting. So, I am very confident in this skill because I am a very creative person. I think visuals out of my head. I don't actually like do it in like technology wise. So that's what I need, someone in my team member that's capable to do that. I'm willingly want to learn how to like slowly like use the technology because I need a lot of work in that. And so for this example, recently we were assigned in our team members in Brandon and Korea's class to create a social media page and a website. So my job, since I'm in online marketing, is the social media page. And my team member and I created the Facebook page, and it's for help people with drug addictions or any kind of addiction, alcohol. And this is one of my recent social media posts. Recovery is a process. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes friends. Does anybody watch Friends, the TV show? It's a good show, right? Yeah. So I thought it was perfect since our targeted audience is more older people, like maybe in their late 20s, early 30s, and like everybody knows this is your childhood TV show. So, oh, and that's Olive and Pop, yeah. So, guiding questions. How can I help my junior team? How did I develop here as a junior student? So, like I said in the beginning, I'm more outspoken. I'm very confident in my work because I'm very comfortable here. And some people say that they hate school and like they want to go home, but I'm totally the opposite. I want to stay here as long as I can, but unfortunately I can't because of curfew. But school is the second home to me. I love to do the work. I'm the only kid in my family that loves school. My brothers would like ditch school any time they can. So what I think my junior team can accomplish is four most important words is trust, credibility, teamwork, and responsibility. And I forgot to put communication in there, but communication as well. I find this to be very important. And my objective is to create an idea that will help the community or an idea that is very useful to today's social society. So I'm very open-minded. What specifically, I don't really do like makeup or fashion because as you can tell, I don't wear makeup. So I don't care about that. And fashion, like, as you can tell, I'm not very fashionable. So to review our best skills is teamwork, writing, interviewing, editing, thinking visually, and storytelling. And what I need to improve, like I said, I need someone who's great with technology. Because like, I'm an old-fashioned kind of girl. I like pen and pencil better. Sorry, pen and paper together. And I need to work on getting to beat that because I'm very, yeah. So, thank you very much.